I will quickly explain how to defeat the current Giovanni in Pokémon GO. Once I've covered that, I will show you guys how to do it while using a Pikachu. Just like Rocket Stops, you can only use 3 Pokémon when battling a Rocket boss. So it's smart to bring a team that is fast and that counters the Pokémon Giovanni is using. So let's have a look at which Pokémon the current Giovanni is using. As you can see, Giovanni is always starting with Persian, and the last Pokémon is always the legendary, and in this case it's Mewtwo. The middle Pokémon is random, but it's always the same when you back out. So you can start battling him to find out what he's using, and then you can back out and change your team if needed. As you can see, his second Pokemon can be Nidoqueen, Steelix or Rhyperior, which are all ground type Pokemon. So you want to use a water Pokemon for sure. There are 3 actions you can do that will stun your Rocket opponent and prevent them from attacking you for about 2 turns. Those are switching Pokemon, using a charge move, or shielding their charge move. When you're trying to defeat Giovanni, the most important part is making sure both shields are gone as soon as possible. The best tip I can give you is to put your first Pokemon in the second slot and to insta switch it as soon as the battle starts. Doing this will easily allow you to do 1 charge attack before he had the chance to do a charge attack on you or even hit you. And after your charge attack, your opponent will be stunned again for 2 turns. So you're already gaining energy towards your next charge attack. If you want to take down Giovanni now, I would advise using a water Pokemon first, such as Gyarados or Kyogre with water moves, that should be fine. A fighting type as a second, Machamp, Conkeldurr or even Hariyama with fighting moves should really be fine. And last, a Darkrai or a Tyranitar with dark moves, that should be very easy. I'll be using Pikachu, Lucario and Tyranitar. But before I get into this, I want to say something. When I completed my Giovanni battle today, I had a very good Mewtwo. So I decided to troll you guys by posting it on social media asking if I should purify it. And of course I will not purify my Mewtwo. Shadow Mewtwo is way too powerful, even with bad IVs. But because of that post, many of you guys messaged me asking me how to defeat Giovanni. So I thought I'd make a video about it, and I figured using a Pikachu would be nice. So let's get into this video. As soon as the battle started, I immediately switched my Pikachu into Lucario to take advantage of my opponent being stunned for 2 turns. As soon as Power Up Punch was charged, I did my first charge attack to burn the first shield. Power Up Punch has a 100% attack boost rate. Every time you use it, your Pokemon's attack stat will go up by 1 stage. The Persian will now be stunned again for 2 turns, which allows my Lucario to gain energy towards firing my second charge attack. You'll see that Persian will start attacking you, but it will barely do anything. You will be able to fire your second charge attack to burn the second shield. And as you can see, you don't have to hit the circles since the first 2 charge attacks are always to burn your opponent's shields. The next Pokemon for me was Nidoqueen, which is relatively a very bad matchup since it's a poison ground type Pokemon, but since I've used Power Up Punch a couple of times, it's actually doing a good job. And since both shields were already down, it's easy to defeat him because I still have both of my shields. But I wanted to finish off the battle using a Pikachu, so I had to swap into my Tyranitar to make sure I was not switch locked while battling Mewtwo. The Tyranitar is doing neutral damage to Nidoqueen, which is a very bad matchup, but it's all part of the plan. I need to shield his charge attack and then finish off Nidoqueen with my charge attack so that I can farm down the Mewtwo with my Tyranitar. Mewtwo was tricky. Since I was not allowed to do a charge attack, because that would instantly KO the Mewtwo, I had to farm down the Mewtwo as far as possible and shield his charged attack, which stuns the Mewtwo for 2 turns. As you can see, my crunch move is already fully charged, which means I can easily defeat him, but I'm gonna ignore that since I really want to defeat Giovanni using a Pikachu. So I keep farming down with my fast move to make sure he has as little HP as possible, because when he does his charge attack, my Tyranitar will be defeated, but the Mewtwo will be stunned for 2 turns. And this is very important because we need those 2 turns. Pikachu is extremely fragile, but those 2 extra turns will allow us to fire 1 charged attack. And boom! We defeated Giovanni using a Pikachu. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this. Peace!